Trump lost his 41st court case in the last 24 hours. Here's what that means. He's lost several regular cases, several appeal cases, and 2 Supreme Court. And his goal is to push through every single case that goes to the appeal court, that goes to the Supreme Court. Here's what his challenge is. He keeps losing. His same strategies are not working because he's blatantly breaking the law. Let me give you an example. The Inspector Generals, that's where it started, right on that Friday of his inauguration, that week of his inauguration, he fired 18 Inspector Generals. Here's the weird part about that. A president can fire all 70 of his Inspector Generals. All he has to do is give a 30-day notice. He did not. It put him in a bad position, and next thing you know, they sued and they fought back, and all of them got their jobs back. So did the FBI, the CIA, a whole bunch of other departments. He keeps losing because he's doing inept things that he should not be inept to, or the people he's hiring. He's at amateur hour. We obviously know this with Signalgate. There's no way in the world that the director, the Secretary of Defense, the CIA, the Vice President, and National Security Advisors are supposed to be on an open public app called Signal. That is against the law. It's against the law because classified data does not leave secure facilities. I forget the initials they use for them. Put it in the comments if y'all remember the secure facilities, blah, blah, blah. You got to check your phone. You can't even have no phone. You can't have nothing going in there. Okay, you can't even have your car beeper of going in there. You just can't. And yet he took this information, whether it be in his head, on paper, on whatever phone, whatever. He took this information and shared it. Totally against the law. It's what he did the sworn oath for. These guys have so much, and ladies, have so much arrogance and bravado. You can see it in MTG, in the White House press secretary. You can see it in Tulsi Gabbard. You can see it, of course, in all the men. There's so much bravado there. And in that bravado is the layer of destruction that the only way I see us winning and being able to get Trump to resign is unfortunately somebody losing their life. Because what happens is, and here's what I mean by that. I'm not encouraging anybody to hurt anybody. Let me be very clear what I mean by that. Their incompetence is going to lose troops' lives. That Signal thing could have cost people their lives. What else have they been doing? That ain't their first time on Signal. It's been 10 weeks, and we discovered it after 10 weeks. Think about it. Who else, who else was doing this? Who else, you know what I mean? What else were they talking about over the last 10 weeks that the Russians, the North Koreans, the Iran, China, and everybody else didn't hear? If anything, I'm sure China and Russia's pretty upset because they're like, shoot, we had a good thing going, What I'm saying here is that this type of incompetence is leading up to major problems. And what I'm saying is that these problems are going to bring hundreds of court cases. They're going to continue to lose because their playbook is the same. Their playbook is break the law, see if we win in court. If we don't take it to appeals court, take it to Supreme Court. And all while doing that, you're pissing off the judicial branch. How do we know? Because you tried to impeach a judge you don't even have the votes to impeach. And then you got Mike Johnson saying the stupidest thing, oh, we have authority over Fed courts. No, you don't. You just have authority over the purse. The Fed purse to fund or not fund federal courts, which would be insane if you mess with that. But there's that arrogance that's absolutely destroying them. It's leading to a resignation. Several. It's leading to some jail time. Several. It's leading to a big changeover. Several. And what I'm saying to all Kamala Harris voters, all liberals, all people who are anti-Trump, know the score. 42, 41 wins. 41-1 is our score. What I'm saying is know that everything that they've tried to take down recently, like the Department of Education, is coming back. The federal judges are ready. They're ready for that smoke. Also remember that we're a decentralized government. So you got the judicial, the legislative, and the executive. They're all at the same level. Trump don't get to talk over courts. Nobody does. That's what checks and balances are about. Also realize, and now more than ever, we need to understand, this is the United States of America. It's not about federal powers. It's about the combined powers of our states. How do we know that? What's been happening? Well, we've had 22 Democratic states suing for the last 10 weeks and winning. Like what? Birthplace citizenship executive order you tried that got turned down for unfreezing trillions of dollars. I'm serious. They have been on business, including where I'm at here in Chicago, Illinois. Big shout out to J.B. Pritzker and Kwame Raoul. I think they've done an incredible job across the nation, sticking with us. Almost half the union, 22 states. But this whole let's just put you into shock mode. After a while, have you grown up anywhere? Like when you grow up in the hood, you get PTSD, but more importantly, you get a sense of, okay, what now? It becomes commonplace. Just like people who watch a lot of violence on TV, it becomes commonplace. I remember when GTA came out years ago. I played the very first game and the second game going back. We were all shocked that they let this much violence out there. It got banned in the UK, and that's what made it a hot game in America. Like, oh man, banned in the UK? People running over people, shooting at people in the video games. Oh my God. Now, shoot, it's regular commonplace. It's like, oh yeah, I ran over 14 people, got out the car and ran across the street. That's GTA. What happened? We got desensitized from it. Right now, what he's doing is desensitizing us from this BS. You can't be shocked and worried when every time he does something, because guess what? It's not effective. It gets turned over by Fed courts. And now they're trying to attack Fed courts, but it won't work. You can't impeach somebody you don't have the numbers. You can't just shut down and unfund the federal courts. It's not going to happen. You don't have the numbers. Understand this, GOP is just power perceived. Don't believe it. They're not power believed because they don't have the numbers. So I want you to understand, we're winning, but it's an ugly win. It's like a Rocky movie. You end up swollen up in the face and everything, but you won. Facts. Did I earn your subscription? Darren Monroe Politics. Did I earn it? If so, follow me. If not, God bless you. Move on.